Welcome once again, VAC fans, to yet another unboxing. Welcome to my new sponsor, INSE, or at least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. It's INSE. So if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, maybe it's INSE or something like that. All apologies there. So links in the description, and let's get started. You know, you get a vacuum in a box that's this long. I kind of wonder if they give it to you fully assembled. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, what we have is a very large box that contains something a little bit smaller. I'll make this look as awkward as I can, of course. Get that out of the way. We have the cordless vacuum cleaner V120. All right, so it looks like it's going to be a white motif offset with a couple of blue dots there. And how about we open this up? So let's see, am I over here? Yep, I'm over here. All right. High filtration efficiency. It says multifunctional and lightweight. 3 powerful suction modes. I always prefer stick vacs with 3 modes, and then I usually pick the middle mode. So ones that just have like a high and a low, you're kind of pushing it between make the battery last as long as possible, or on high mode, give me the best cleaning as possible. And I kind of prefer a balance. Let's see, it says high filtration efficiency, long run time, and an LED display. Ooh, I do like those LED displays. All right, here we go. So it looks like it's well packed. I do like the packaging. And the first thing that sticks out is the wand. Okay, let's see, what's the best way to get this thing out? Here we go. Yep, that's a nice metal wand. Got the little blue release button up here. Okay, that's great. Put that off to the side. Don't roll off because that'll be really embarrassing. And then we have some boxes of parts. All right, we have the manual. Seems to be the running joke is the very first thing that people tend to either ignore or throw away. Now, I do these unboxings. I wonder, do I need scissors for this? Oh, I don't. Oh, good. No need to actually destroy the packaging if I don't have to. That's great. A resealable bag. I like that. And we have some parts in here. So we have the ubiquitous little duster right here and hair remover. So it's got a little blade in there, so be careful. That's going to be sharp. That's going to help you remove hair and, you know, dust various little things. We have probably another premotor filter. I'm guessing that's what that is. That's usually what that is. We have some screws. That's probably for a wall mount. And we have the manual. And in the description below, we should have a link that takes you to the manufacturer's website where you can download this for some reason if you didn't get yours or maybe you've lost it, but you can get it in a PDF. Okay, because that's typical. So we have a quick start guide and a user manual, and that's great because let me tell you, there's many people that could use a good view and quick study of both of these. So I answer so many questions of how do you do this and how do you do that. All right, so this looks good. I will let you go and peruse this on your own. That's great. We have a nice color manual. Let's see, what else can I dig into here? We have, let's see, how am I supposed to get this out of the box? Well, you know what, let me get on the other side here. That's probably a little off camera. So we have this box, and we have some more trinkets, and this looks like the wall mount adapters in here. Okay, so I'll add that to the pile of small pieces. And then we have, let's see, is this going to come out easily? Or, well, you know what? Let me take this out first before I go down to the next layer. You know, this thing is in layers. We have a wall wart, and I love it. So they actually have so much pride in their product, and this is kind of a crazy thing to say, they put their name on it. Do you know how many wall warts I've unboxed since 2021? manufacturer does not have enough pride in their product to put any name on the wall wart at all. So I don't have to have my wife go and get her Cricut out and make a label for this thing, because I have a box of wall adapters and they're all labeled except for the ones that actually have a label already on it. Okay, that's great. Now, do I have the ability to read this? It says output 32 volts, 800 milliamps. All right, that sounds healthy, to be sure. Let's see, what else do we have in this box? I always love a good unboxing, don't you? Now, let's see, I think, oh, another piece behind here. Aha. So I'm going to guess this is more wall mount parts. All right, we'll put that over there. So I think I can take out, let's see, does this just come out in the middle or, all right, great. So here is the power nozzle. Come around here. There she blows. And it's got a piece of protective film on it. Keep it nice and shiny. All right, that's great. So that's big. And that is a big opening. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, that's yay big. That is definitely, that's large. Now the bristle setup, they're all the same. It doesn't alternate between something long and short or hard and soft one way or another. It's all the same. It's all medium short and very soft, super soft. Yeah, there's nothing that's stiff about this at all. It is incredibly soft. And let's see, if you want to take it out, you've got a little release right here. No tools required. That's very welcome. See, that's going to pop up, and this should probably come up and out, I would imagine. Does that just stay in there? Is that hooking? All right, so that just stays there. So this is going to have to come up. Yep, that stays in there. All right, so you take this out. I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything hooked in one way or another. And here's the brush roll. Let's see. All right, so one end comes off, so you can go and say, get the hair wrap out. That's nice. Let me show you a close-up of this. See if we can get a better view here. I'm going to turn on my flash. Here it is, right? Extremely soft. Little on the short side. And let's see, this goes back in pretty much in almost any orientation. And then this will come down. See, is that in there? There we go. And click. That's it. And this is rated at 25.9 volts at 30 watts. Okay, nice rubber wheels. Yes, that's great. It's not a hard plastic. And of course, the fronts are, the little, I call them Cheerios wheels. All right, that's great. Does this click into an upright mode? Okay, now, so it doesn't look like this is going to be freestanding. Here, let me clean up a little bit here. Reorganize, get a little more room. And here is the power unit. Let's see, how am I supposed to get that out? All right, like that. All right. And before we look at this, let me see if there's anything else wandering around in this box. Am I missing anything? Yep, there's something down here. Got the battery. Yep. You have more fun with the battery, because without the battery, nothing works. All right, that's a fairly hefty battery. It's a little bit of a brick, and it's 64.75 watt hours. That's significant. 25.9 volts, 2,500 milliamps. That is a significant battery. Now let's see. I bet I can just move everything else off here. Aha. So in the middle of the box, we have some more stuff. And then I think that's it for what's in the box. We have a multi-function knot crevice and dusting brush, crevice tool and dusting brush. Yep, we've seen this before. This is a pretty typical ubiquitous design. I don't see any lights on it or anything. All right, let's take the main power plant out of its package. There it is. Ooh, see how long that is? Yeah, it's that tall. So this is a long and thin type of vacuum, or at least it appears to be that way. And is there anything else? Anything else in there? Nope, nothing there. And is there anything hidden in here? This little side box. I'm looking. Nope. Okay, good. So let me move this box out of the way. And this is what we got. Lay it all out here. Fantabulous. Okay, so this looks great. Obviously, it's the clean white motif. So this has some protective film on it. I'll peel that off. That's really shiny. Okay. And on the inside, we have this bin here. Yeah, this doesn't really freestand. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put the battery on. Maybe that'll hold it up a little bit better so it doesn't. Yeah, there. See, so it won't fall over. So let's take the bin off. Now it's got this little button right here. So let's see, it's a release lever. I think. Oh, you really do? Geez, I wasn't expecting that. It does say have an arrow pointing down, but it looked like it was as far down as you could actually get. That's not the case. There, so I pull that down, and then oh, okay, this rotates up and out. And you can see you've got your other premotor filter. Okay, it's a twist fit. So you do have two of these. That's pretty common these days, that they give you more than one. So while you're washing and drying this one, you can use the other one. Okay, that's great. Now let's see, how do you get the cyclones out? Does this twist? I'm looking to see if there's some kind of a button or whatever here. So I'm looking to see, oh, all right. So now, this does so many different things. The whole top twists, so it goes from locked to unlock. There, that comes out. Okay, great. And then this probably, does this one piece, does that stay there or does that move? Nope, that looks like, unless we find out in a future video, that looks like that entire assembly is one piece and it's fixed. I do not see any indication that this rotates in or out. It's got that little flap in there for the air. Okay, so I'm going to say that's one piece. Now I am looking for the release mechanism here, because I don't see an easy way to open the bottom up. So let's put this back together. So let's see, I'm going to put this on here. Then what do we got to do? We got to go twist it to the lock position. Let's put the premotor filter in. We have to twist it to the lock position. That's got to go down. It's got a pretty firm seal there. And then, see, am I getting it in there right? Seems to want to pop up a little bit on me. This way? Oh, okay, all right. So put that in. It is a little springy because, let's face it, the rubber's in great shape. It's not flattened yet. There, that locks. Okay, that's great. And then so this will hook right onto this bottom piece right here, like that. It'll slot in, hook in, and then snap. Yep, and that's it. Now, let's see, do we have any charge in the battery? We do. In fact, it says 45%. Yeah, let me get you a little bit closer. Run through the speeds. See if I can eliminate as much glare as possible. So there's 45, right? Oh, okay, so there's high speed. And then there's low. All right. So it seems to start out in its default medium speed. That's a good thing. That's great. That's where I want it. Let's make sure it still starts out medium. It does. But you know what's so interesting is I rotated through all the speeds and it stayed at 45% the entire time. So it just says, this isn't a time thing. This is just percentage of battery remaining. So it's not minutes, it's actually a percentage time. Okay, great. Now, how do you empty the bin? Upon further investigation, this is somewhat of an unusual bin emptying mechanism. So you have this little blue button right here that you push, and the bottom of the bin, you know, obviously that it flies open, and it is spring loaded. That's kind of nice. But if you happen to accidentally take the bin off, okay, and it's just sitting there like that, you can't empty this. Well, I mean, you can take it apart from the top, but let's say you wanted to go and just, you know, push the little bin flap mechanism. Well, there's nothing to push. It actually has a real mechanism right here. So that's not actually going to work. I mean, I guess you can do it with your thumbs, but people aren't really going to want to do that. So you just have to remember, empty the bin while it's actually hooked up to the main suction unit, because you won't have a problem. But if you take it off, you're going to be wondering, just like I was during the first part of this video, how do you open this thing from the bottom? So, all right, that's kind of an interesting feature, isn't it? Let's assemble this INSE because inquiring minds want to know. So as you've seen, we will hook the bin up to the main motor. And if you didn't see, here's a little blue button right here. And if you push that in, you can slide the battery back and it just comes off. So does this have the ability to, I'm looking for a charge port. Yes, this has a charge port right here, so most likely the battery can be charged while it's not attached to the unit. Of course, it can always be charged while it's attached to the unit. So there's the battery. Now let's go ahead and hook up the wand. Okay, there's the wand. And let's hook up the power nozzle. Okay, that's great. Just going to move this out of the way a little bit. And let's see if everything runs. There you go. Looks like we got some lights. Very common now. Didn't used to be. Okay, that's fabulous. And if you wanted to use the dusting brush and or crevice tool, plug that right into the front. There you go. That's high. Now let's see, did it remember high mode? Nope. Okay, so truly the default is medium, which I'm okay with that. That's great. So what we need to do now is put this on the charger, which I have right here, and charge the battery up, and then we will get to some testing. So let's see. Let me get this around the other way. I'll take that off. I just don't need that right this second. And I'll plug this in. And let's see. I know I didn't unwrap it a whole lot here, but will that fit? Yes, it will. And you have a little blinking light, and you also have, here, hopefully I can zoom in, you can see that, a battery percentage charge indicator. That's really great. It's not just an incessant blinking light where you're not too sure where it is. It says it's at 45%. And yeah, it's indicating battery charge over here. All right, so a number of hours later, I would imagine, because this is the first charge, we'll be ready to go with this INSE.